Hi. This came in the mail. Met that guy that checked out the building next door, the repairs we needed, and took pictures and sent us back copies of everything. I didn't see the quote, how much money it cost. It's not on our agenda today, but I just want to let you know that we are working on it. We didn't overlook it. Yeah, historical building, historical society. The total one?
I'm not sure. Part 1 of the main entrance of the old jail and courthouse part 2, and he's got those X'd. So
We'll review it later. Okay. All right. I guess we're up to Lyndia, Ervolina. Come on up.
My name is Ervolina, and I'm presenting a petition of freedom of information for the Doddridge County Commissioners. Number 1, I'm requesting the county commissioners to compile a list of county citizens whose flood insurance will be directly affected by granting permission to EQT or any other gas company to drill in our floodplain. Have the commissioners fully inform those citizens of the probable effect that it will have on their property values, their safety, and their health. I am requesting a copy of that list within 14 days from this date. Number 2, have the commissioners contacted FEMA to request how it will affect the rights of landowners regarding emergency relief from the agency if the commission decides to grant a floodplain permit. If not, why not? If they did, then please produce a summary report documenting FEMA's response. I request this information within 14 days of the date, which would be 4/16/2013. Number 3, when allowing the gas companies to build Marcellus gas well pads in our floodplain, the driller is supposed to obtain a permit from the county floodplain manager before the driller can begin moving dirt or filling a flood hazard area. And it is incumbent upon the driller to file a complete and accurate statement of intent. When dealing with these drillers in the past, their statements of intent for drilling in our floodplain were neither complete nor accurate. I would ask the commissioners whether the drillers, before starting any new well pads, will be required to supply a complete and accurate statement of intent. I would also request that in the future all such statements of intent be made public for the citizens of Doddridge County to inspect. I request this information within 14 days of the date 4/16/2013. Number 4, I would ask the commission to publish the name of the property owner, the road, and the location of all Marcellus gas well pads intended to be placed in our floodplain on the dates when those permits are first requested. These locations should be described in much clearer terms than the gas company's public notices. This would make it easier for all people who may be affected to understand better where these pads will be located and to have some time to respond if they choose to do so. Residents who may be affected by a well site in the floodplain, especially some of our seniors, should have the directions made clearer with large enough print to read, along with an explanation on how to file any of their concerns and/or objections. It appears that the gas companies are only required to make the minimal effort to notify Doddridge County citizens. However, the commission should go that extra step so that everyone who is affected can understand this information easily and have the opportunity to voice their concerns. You seem to be informing the public relatively well of the intended address changes. It's not difficult to understand what area you are talking about, and the notification for the well paths could be handled somewhat similarly. Number 5, I would request the Commission to compile a list of exactly how much money, taxes, and other favors, such as office equipment, that Doddridge County is receiving from the gas companies, along with exactly what services our county is providing for those payments, since these companies have started Marcellus gas fracking in our county. I would request that this list be made public for all citizens of Doddridge County to inspect. I would also request that in future, all such information be made available for the citizens to inspect periodically. I request this information within 14 days of this date, or 16/2013. And if I could, I'd like to make a follow-up statement for the petition. It should be less than 5 minutes. Okay, thank you, Ralph. I presented my first petition for freedom of information request on October the 2nd, 2012, and asked that these questions be answered within 10 days. As of today, it has gone completely unanswered. I would presume that the Doddridge County floodplain manager, Dan Welling, should now have most of this information that I requested readily available, since he has just completed an in-depth and thorough study of all things pertaining to the safety of our floodplain and its residents. These were my concerns then, and they are my concerns now. Although the 5 original questions from my first petition went unanswered, 3 of these questions on this new petition are similar. Dan has had a long time to consider them, and that too leads me to believe that it should not take him long to answer these questions. Now, I realize that it was a very hectic time when I presented this first petition, and Mr. Wellings had just been appointed as our new floodplains manager. However, I would presume that as the new floodplain manager, Mr. Wellings had at least bothered to look at the first petition presented to the County Commission. If not, that certainly leads me to question Mr. Wellings' good intent to look out for the interests and concerns of Doddridge County citizens. Beth Rogers, our county clerk, said that she had given the first petition to Mr. Wellings to respond to and had spoken to him on a few different occasions about his progress. She has already assured me that she will put out every effort to get this new petition answered in a timely manner as soon as it is presented to the Commission. She also said that she thinks, although Mr. Wellings' schedule is tight, that he will have more time to work on it now. I hope that Mr. Wellings understands the seriousness of a petition for freedom of information, and if not, perhaps he may find it helpful to all of us to have our assistant prosecuting attorney explain it to him. This is important information that under the circumstances, the citizens of this county have a right to know and should know for their own health and welfare. I chose not to pursue the issue of my unanswered petition with the County Commission at the time, although it was and is a serious matter. I much prefer not to cost our county any more unnecessary expenses, because we've been through quite enough of that with EQT. The fact that we now have a new county commission also gives me hope that this matter can be resolved in a timely manner. I would request that the commission respond publicly for the record as well as in writing when the answers and comments of the commissioners are to be given. I humbly thank the commission for its time and consideration, as well as that of our county clerk, Beth Rogers, and our floodplains manager, Dan Wellings, who are charged with the task of doing all of this paperwork. I must say that I think allowing Marcellus gas well pads to be built in our floodplain is absolutely insane, and I am 100% against it. Nor under any circumstances should we ever allow the gas companies to take part in writing our county floodplains ordinance. That would be such a conflict of interest. We escaped the bullet on this issue the first time around, and I find it stunning that we would ever consider allowing this dangerous activity to take place in our floodplain again. Just say no. We can do much more to protect our residents than just the bare minimum. I would think that the safety and welfare of the Doddridge County citizens should be more important than the profit of the gas industry. I would request that this petition be signed and dated by the commissioners. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Lynn.
Steve, I'll be more than happy to take that copy and have your answers ready for you.
I love one of their
Joe,